this down. Let me turn this down. What is going on, YouTube? What is going on, YouTube? So check it, right? Today, I would like to change the narrative a little bit. I want to talk to the men. I want to hold men accountable, right? For a lot of the things that we do and a lot of the things that we say when we're out there trying to make things happen, right? And I feel like, you know, we've been held accountable a lot throughout these years where, you know, our you know, how we get looked at has been a negative way about us. And it hasn't been since like the past 3 to 4 years where we started talking and changing the narrative about us. But then it does come with a form of arrogance, I should say, to the way we move in this world, especially when we know like we're at the top of our game or when we are where we think we're supposed to be. It's really like, how do we navigate the world with the mindset that we're growing, right? So I really wanted to touch on that, you know. I wanted to bring a different perspective and actually start a conversation with the men and women. I'm going to drop the link, so please feel free to chime in a few. I just wanted to start it off with a few different perspectives of confidence versus your ego, right? Which one can we build on to build better in our community? What's up, Alman Oz? You are in the building. Peace to you. Happy to see you here. All right. So, yo, my dude Fresh, what's goody, man? We are in the building. So we are building mainly off of our ego, I believe, for the most part, as men nowadays. You know, in my industry, I'm in corporate, right? And just being in corporate, what I see a lot is, you know, we'll have these employees that we talk down to, right? We'll have, you know, women that we talk down to. And we always say that women are more emotional than men. We know that to be a fact. So we got to give them grace, I believe, to a degree, right? You do have to give women logic, 100%. But you have to almost like spoon feed some of our women the logic in order for them to truly understand where you're coming from. And if you don't give it to them the right way, then it causes arguments, then it causes the back and forth. Then it's like they completely shut you down. So this is why I move more with confidence, you know, and I believe in confidence, that's where we build off of, right? My God, Leon, we got a super chat. Yo, my God, man. Always come through with the super chats. I greatly appreciate you as always. So we're gonna build up a nice little storyline. Please share this stream, like the stream when you come in the building, like the stream, share it, and comment. It's super important because it pushes us out further and further in the algorithm. The other thing that I like to express before I start this stream, we have a channel sponsor, Tiege Henley. Tiege Henley is a men's face wash where, you know, I don't think us as men, we take care of our skin good enough. So we tend to just use water and regular soap. We need to actually come up with a skincare routine, and Tiege Henley makes that super easy for you straight out the box. It has its AM, PM moisturizers, your daily face wash for you to wash your face morning and night, just like you should be washing your ass. So use your Tiege Henley. I got the link in the description. Feel free to chime in, click on the link. You'll get 30% off your first order and 20% off every order thereafter for the rest of your life. So let's build this story up for y'all. I'm gonna share this screen with you, and we're gonna start with your arrogant ass. So let's build off of this. Let's build off of this.
Embrace it. Embrace it all, because understand something. If you want to be a CIA man, a confident, intelligent, and assertive guy, understand something. You are going to be insulted because you're a winner. Winners always get insulted by losers. They're going to call you arrogant. They're going to call you condescending. They're going to throw a bunch of insults at you, but what they're not going to do is they're not going to be able to beat you. It is going to dog it. Anytime someone is a winner, they have haters. Name me how many people hate Tom Brady and the Patriots. But you know who doesn't hate them? Patriots fans. People hate the Dallas Cowboys because they're called America's team. All winners have haters. Now, we understand that at the high levels, as sports and entertainment, but here in the middle levels, trying to get to the elite levels and to the top 10%, I need you guys to understand something. People are going to come at you. They're going to say, like I said, one of the biggest ones they're going to call you is you're full of yourself. You think you're so this, you think you're so that. You know who's going to say that? People who are trying to keep you down. They're not telling you that because they think less of you. They're telling you that because you have the nerve to believe in yourself and stand on what it is you believe. You're going to have men throw it at you, but what you're not going to have is some guy who's above you or better than you throwing it at you. You're never going to have somebody that you're trying to compete with saying you're arrogant. You're going to say, all right, that's what I mean. Do it. Be courageous. Push, push, push. That's right. Matter of fact, you're going to have winning kind of guys be like, yeah, do that. You know, the guys who are going to throw it at you, the guys who don't want to do the work, guys that don't want you to make it so hard for them. Then, of course, they're going to call you all these things. Look at him. You're over there trying to be opportunistic, and you're over there trying to schmooze, and you're over there trying to glad hand. I'm going to keep it real. It's always the keep it real dudes. What they're really saying is, I want you to stay down here. I don't want you to shine so bright it makes it hot on me. Could you not be so good? Could you not shine so bright?
So I'm gonna stop that right there because what he said was a whole bar. Listen, it's always gonna be those men that they act like they in your corner, but they truly don't want to see you shine, right? So they'll do things to dim your light. And this is me trying to build up your confidence, not your ego. Two different things, right? It could work one and the same, but confident men, I believe, move the needle, right? Because with confidence, you tend to get people's buy-in. You tend to win over men, you tend to win over women alike. So when you move with this sense of confidence, you'll have more people willing and begging to work with you. It's only the men that kind of fall into the constant, consistent victim Olympics where it's over and over. The world it's not my fault. Those are the men that truly don't want to see you shine. I truly believe that. So, what he's saying here is technically something that all men need to hear. God rest his soul, because when he was here and what he was saying and how he was, building the confidence in men, it changed lives. It's nothing to kind of snub your nose at, it wasn't that deep. It was that deep. Because even I could say me, right? I could tell you, I'm gonna just give you my quick story. I work for a major cable industry, right? And back when, before this whole thing of the manosphere and just the movement alone of what it meant to build yourself up as a man, I was a technician. I was making literally $12 an hour, living in New York City. Ask me how I survived. I have no idea, right? It wasn't till I actually started listening to specific certain men like him, oh, so we got another super chat. We got it. Yo, Leon, my guy, once again, confidence creates character, which is so, confidence creates leaders, which is so true. And also character. So let's not forget that, Leon. Once again, my guy, much appreciated, much appreciated. So I wasn't making nothing. I was making $12 an hour living in New York City. I was technically what most people would call a dusty, right? I did have my wife though, and she stuck by my side. The thing with her was she saw that I could make it. I just needed to know a direction, a way. I needed to know how to move in this world around men, not around women. I needed to understand how to break into certain doors that I had no confidence that I could be in. I didn't know that I could sit at the table with men that didn't look like me, right? If you know what I'm saying. I didn't know that I could go out to lunch and be the only Black dude sitting at the table trying to network. I didn't know I could do that. It took the lessons from men that were bigger, higher, in higher places than me that literally took me under their wing and said, yes, you can. You're more than enough. So that helped build my confidence. That helped me as a man. That helped me take where I was to where I am right now. Just off the corporate job alone, I'm in the six figures. And I'm not going to give a specific number, but I'm in the six figures. Not to mention, on top of that, I was able to retire my wife from working her average job that she kept doing every day. I didn't want my wife to have to go out there and work for the men, right? I wanted to build something big enough to where she worked for me. You work for your man. And it was important to me to have to learn how to do that in order to set those positions because I knew I wanted to have a kid. So if I had a child, I didn't want my wife to have to now figure out daycare while she's at work. Now listen, everyone's life is different. And I do truly understand that not every man is going to live the life like I live it, right? Every man is gonna have their own path. And some people are just naturally going to be workers. Some people are naturally going to be homeless because that's the order of the world. My goal for this channel, and this is why this stream right here is so important to me. My order for this channel is not to tell everyone what to do, but it's to encourage the men that want to listen. It's to encourage the men that want more out of life than the average. I could only talk to those people, and I will always only talk to those people. Everyone else can log the fuck off. That's real talk. You don't gotta be here. You do not gotta be here. If the mindset is you don't want more out of life, and I'm just talking shit, fine. You could bounce. I'm completely okay with it. I'll continue to grow because there's more than enough men in this world that have ambition that want to hear this. So I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. I'm gonna keep going because I could go on and on and on about this shit all day. But let's keep playing.
Could you not make me look like I'm just average and mediocre? That's what's at the basis of all this other kind of stuff. And I get so tired of guys who are smart, who are accomplished, who are capable, who have the stuff that it takes, dumbing themselves down to make other people feel better. Listen to me when I tell you this. Man, there have been so many times that guys have thought, if I just failed, they'd like me more. And what you're going to find is if you fail, you become just like the people that you think would like you more. They're going to still not like you. Matter of fact, they're going to resent you. They're going to say, look, I understand why I'm a failure. I understand why I didn't do it, but look, he had all these opportunities. He ended up right here. You don't do them any favors by failing. You know what you do? You go ahead and become the man you need to be. You go ahead and get up to the top of the top, the tippy top. You get your name up on Mount Rushmore. You climb Everest. You make as much. You go as high. You go as far as you can, and let the haters stand outside and call you whatever outside of the gates. That's right, outside the gates of your mansion, outside, while you're flying on your G6, let them call you all that crap from coach or on the bus. I'm a firm believer in this. That's why I was gonna make notes on this, but I'm sorry. I'm just going off the cuff because I have seen this stuff so much in my life. I've had the people throw stuff like that at me, but you know what? I've never had somebody doing better than me call me into this stuff. And it's one of the few things that you can.
I want to touch on that too. So, same thing here. I've had so many people that were in worse positions than me in life talk the most trash about me in life. But then the people that are always, a step ahead of what I'm doing have always encouraged me to do better in life and to build my confidence as a man. So anything that I used to be insecure in, they helped me get out of that mindset. And even now, to this day, I have doubts. I have, certain things where I'm like, well, should I, could I, am I capable? But then the men that's in my corner tell me you can. The I'm so chills, Leon, in the chat, constantly pushes me. Yo, you can. And what's so crazy is they see your vision. Men like him understand the dream. They understand that you're not just dreaming because you're putting it into fruition. So my advice, men, keep men in your corner that's going to believe in your purpose and your ambition and your drive, not just your dream, but they see the ambition that you put out every day. Listen, I work a corporate job. I got a family. I got a wife. I got 3 kids. One of my kids is only 6 years old. But at the same time, I'm on YouTube building 4 shows right now. Literally 4 shows. I don't even know where I find the time to do all of this. But I said, I had one of my guys talk to me. And he said, Mingo, you know where you find the time at? Because where everyone else is sitting there on Instagram, scrolling on their phone, watching 2 hours worth of TV, sleeping, jerking off, you're sitting there working. So all of those minutes you're making matter. So I put everything into the minutes of my day to build myself up. I don't just, try to sit around and say, you know what, let me have a night where I relax. Sometimes that might happen, but that should never be a regular. If you're gonna give a company 40 hours of your week, why are you not putting that back into yourself? You need to put that back into yourself, and it helps build character. Because now all those little frivolous things, they don't matter no more. All of those VH1 shows that I sat down and watched with my wife and it was entertaining, none of that matters no more. Everything that people are talking about on Instagram, it don't matter no more. Facebook, I don't give a damn. All that matters is that I'm building myself up. And this is where us as men need to encourage each other. Put your phone down. Unless you're doing something on your phone that's making you money, that you can actually get something tangible off of, put your phone down and work. I'm gonna keep playing this.
You can rest assured that if you want to be better than the 90% of people, you're going to have people throw shit at you. They're going to do it. They're going to do it, especially the men that you are beating. Now, let's flip it up. The women that say it, they don't understand why. Why they're saying it? Because you make it harder for them to actually keep your attention. Oh, did I say that out loud? See, I've never had a woman call me arrogant, or take that back. Take it back. Let me not be hyperbolic. Arrogant is a compliment for most women. Arrogant is a compliment for most women because it's like, damn, you got balls. You have courage. You actually have the courage of your convictions. You have enough to stand on it and say it directly to their face and not flinch. So embrace it. Embrace the arrogance. What's the difference between cocky and confidence? It's not bragging if it's true. If you're a winner, you're a winner. It's not bragging. Difference between cocky and confidence, I look at it, you can be cocky when you have the confidence that you know you're going to put the work in to get it done. There's one thing to sit around and talk about something and you don't have the work, the hashtag show your work, you don't have the receipts, you don't have the numbers, you don't have the facts, you don't have the data, you just have the belief in yourself. Well, I'm still a proponent for that because here's the thing, only you know whether or not you're going to do the work. But if you can say you're going to do great things, you're going to be great, because you know that you're going to do the work, then do it. Say it. Say it and make it, and put the pressure on yourself. Put the pressure on yourself to hold yourself accountable. So when you do make the result, when you accomplish what it is you say you're going to accomplish, nobody can say anything other than he may be arrogant, he may be cocky, he may be this. Yeah, but he also got it done.
Facts, yo. Listen, he got it done. And that's the one thing that my employees can tell you about me. That's the one thing that my wife could tell you about me. My children can tell you about me is I get the work done. I'm not the type of man to just sit down and tell you about a plan and then ponder and sit on that plan for months on end and try to figure out how to make it work. No, you build on your idea. And as you're putting in the work, as you're doing what you're doing, the ideas start to grow on top of your plans. And then that's how you take it to the next level. Listen, a lot of people will hit me up about my own YouTube. How the hell did this dude grow this channel to 38,000 subscribers in a matter of 4 to 5 months at this point? How did it happen? The only way it happens is if you understand, you come up with a formula and you actually do it. I'm not the only person that's done this. There's a blueprint laid out for everything that we do. What do? Do you try to change the wheel, or do you pick up the blueprint and you follow the map? All I did was follow the map. It's not hard. It's not hard. You just got to be willing to put in the work. It's not easy. I have a lot of sleepless nights where I'm up editing videos, where literally I'm up 6 o'clock till 6 o'clock in the morning, sleep for an hour, get up at 7, get ready, go to work, stay up all day at work just to come home and do it all again. That's how bad I want this. So what are you willing to do? That's the question.
He delivered. Don't have to like him, but there's the result. That's why I love this whole business of image. It's about outcomes. It ain't bragging if it's true. So like I say, embrace the arrogance. You might as well go ahead and get to learn to like it, learn to love it, because you do no one any favors by saying, you know what, I'm gonna dim my light. I'm not gonna wear my suit on Saturday. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna dress better. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. Matter of fact, I'll just sit around here and be like everybody else. Then they'll like me more. No, they won't. They won't like you anymore, and you won't like yourself anymore either, because you know good and doggone well you're cheating yourself. I don't want you to cheat yourself to make somebody else feel comfortable. I want you to make your competition sweat. I want you to make it hard on your competition. I want you to make it hard on the women who want to be in your life. Because if you're going to win, you're going to get out there and do what it takes to succeed. And I want you to get all the results. What do you think? Client people out here that are millionaires and billionaires, people who are rich and wealthy, what do you think they do? They still eat. Well, you know what? I'm gonna eat spam. I'm eat peanut butter and jelly because I don't want to man forget that mess. Many people don't know how rich and wealthy people actually live, but I tell you what, they don't live worrying about what people who have less than them think about them. They really don't. They may say it in public, but they don't. Tywin Lannister, the lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of the sheep. What do you want to be? If you want to be a lion, guess what? You're going to have to eat some sheep. You're going to have to eat a whole bunch of stuff, and none of your prey likes to be eaten. What are you going to do? Become a vegetarian? Go eat some grass? Go be nice to it, talk to it, man, be a lion. Do what you have to do. Embrace the arrogance. It's one of your superpowers.
You got to embrace it, right? So, like I said, there's still a fine line because everything he said felt more into confident. I'm confident. I'm a man and I'm building myself up. I'm confident in the actions and the moves that I'm doing. And that's where we fall short at, right? Because here's the thing. When you start to become full on arrogant, when you start to have your ego get in the way of an actual plan of yours, you get in your own way. And the problem with that is when you're in your own way, you tend to never really get anything done. And that's where it falls for me. A lot of men don't really get things done. I can tell you, I grew up in the hood. I grew up in a town called, hold up. Let me ask you in the chat, could y'all hear me good? I got the music lightly playing in the background, but I want to make sure y'all can hear me. So am I coming through? Am I coming across right? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if I'm coming across right. So I wanted to have this because I wanted to set a mood for the fellas today to chime in. Thank you, my guy. I appreciate you, man. I wanted to set a mood for my guys to come in the chat. You feel free to jump in. I dropped the link. Let's have this conversation. Let's talk about the difference between you being arrogant and you having the ego that can turn your fellow peers off and make people not want to work with you. If you're trying to build something, you have to now bring yourself to a level of understanding. If you're not at that level of understanding, no one's gonna want to build with you. So that's why I'm serious about this. Like, for me, this is passionate because I'm a man that tries to build other men, right? Because I understand power dynamics, right? I understand how it works when you're a man of substance and you're trying to get people to buy in to what you're selling. And you do have to, little by little, feed them your information. Women especially, and a lot of men, they figure out, like, why can't I get that cooperation from the women in my life? And I always ask them, how are you coming across? Like, what are you doing to get the cooperation from the women that is in your life? So it's important to me to constantly have this conversation. I'm gonna play another video for y'all until I get a participant to chime in with me. Stop that. All right.
Being a cocky person is one of the worst traits that you can have in your life. And there is a fine line between being cocky and being confident. And in this video, we are going to discuss the major differences between these two traits. Confidence comes from a very authentic and whole place. Cockiness is not authentic, and it's based in insecurity. It's more about making other people think that you're confident as opposed to actually just being confident, which is why cocky people tend to talk a lot. A common trait that a lot of cocky people exhibit is being overly loud in certain social situations. When someone disagrees with a cocky person, they will try and overpower and intimidate them by being loud.
Oh my God. Yo, isn't that so true? Think about that, right? The loudest people in the room are not ever the most confident people in the room. But the problem is, to untrained ear, they sound like they're so confident because they just talk. They talk so much, they don't listen. So you tend to feel like, yo, you gotta know what you're talking about because you just sound like you just fucking talking. So if you talk so much, you gotta be saying some truth within that. When in reality, if you truly listen to that person is insecure. It's all hell. Crazy. Man, there's so much truth in that.
With the hopes that the other person will simply submit to them. The reason why this happens is because the cocky person is not comfortable with the idea of being wrong, and they are not open to new ideas. Because of this mindset, it's very difficult for a cocky person to grow and learn. Also, cocky people tend to make more mistakes, and they will start getting a little sloppy because of their overconfidence and lack of humility. Another very common trait of cocky people is not giving other people the credit they deserve. When a confident and humble person accepts an award, they will almost always acknowledge the people that helped them get there. A great example of a very arrogant person is Kanye West. If you have ever watched him accept an award, you will see that he takes all of the credit and he never acknowledges anyone else. This is because he wants everybody else to think that he did everything himself. Confident people do not have an inflated.
When everyone I know that's successful can straight up tell you, I did not get here by myself. It took a team. It took a whole network of people to get me where I am. Even if it's just someone in your ear giving you the drive and the push to move to the next level. It always takes a team. So when you hear these people talking about, I did it by myself, I got it out the mud on my own, know who you're talking to. Examine who you're talking to, because no one that is truly successful in life ever really did it by themselves, ever.
View of themselves. In fact, they will feel bad if they didn't acknowledge the people that helped them reach their goal. Another big difference between being cocky and confidence is that cocky people never like to acknowledge their weaknesses. A great example of this is when a cocky person is incorrect about something. They will tell themselves stories rationalizing why they thought the way they did. And they will often find someone else to blame instead of just admitting when they are wrong. Confident people do not need to do this because they know it's okay if they are wrong. And they know that being wrong will not reduce their self-worth or their value to the other people around them. When you are confident, you can evaluate your own skills and self-worth honestly. You can say to yourself, I need to improve in this area, and you will put the work in order to improve. Of course, you have opinions on certain topics, but you are always open to the opinions of others. Getting another person's opinion will either strengthen your own belief or make you change your own opinions into one that is more correct. It's a win-win situation, and cocky people do not think like this. Confidence is not something that you just get overnight. It's something that you have to cultivate over time by pushing yourself to go outside of your comfort zone. If the idea of approaching someone during the day is terrifying, then you should do it. If the idea of asking someone on the street what time it is, then you should do it. You cannot think your way to confidence, you have to feel your way there. In the words of the great American philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson, may you always do the thing you are afraid to do. Subscribe for weekly videos.
So here's the thing. Anytime you go out there and you do the things that you're afraid to do, it helps build character, right? We say do things in real time, meaning go outside and touch grass. Go touch a tree bark. Get off the internet. This is cool for a time, but when you're outside and you're having live interactions with people and you're actually, shaking hands, meeting women, you're outside, taking a shot at possibly finding somebody that's going to cooperate with you in a relationship. It's better than sitting online trying to do that. It is. I met my wife outside. I wasn't sitting online all day hoping I could scroll up and down on an app called Meet Me to find some type of love. I actually went outside and shot my shot. And now I found a wife that has been solely committed to my plan and my mission, right? Go outside. It builds character. It'll help you become the man that you want to be. So, man, this is a dead topic to me, like I said, because not enough of us are out here building. Not enough of us are out here doing, right? We're complaining. We're saying that life is the reason why I can't get to where I need to be. A whole bunch of pussyfooting around stuff, other than just acting on your plans, building character, building confidence in what you do. It changes your life when you actually are outside real time, getting real interactions with men and women alike. It's crazy. It changes your life, yo. Still, that link is in the chat. Feel free to chime in. I'm gonna play another video. I gotta stick on this because I realize we're not hearing this enough. Not enough men are talking about this. We are literally online arguing about a whole bunch of foolishness that makes no sense and is actually driving no purpose. The women are not listening to you. The men are getting this crazy ego about themselves where they don't even know how to talk to women. I don't care what people say. There's always going to be the Jodeci's, right? The Tevin Campbells, them other soft men out there, the baby face, I'll pay your rent and buy your clothes. There's always going to be those men, right? But what about the men that have been for years and years and years trying to tell you not to be like that, but to get women to buy into your program? What about those men? We don't talk about those men enough. What about those men that's telling you, yo, become the best version of yourself? Because that gets cooperation from men and women alike. What about those men? Do we talk about them? That's what I'm saying. We need to really zone in on these topics. So let's play another one for y'all.
So what is the difference between confidence and arrogance? A lot of people seem to be confused because there's a very, very thin line between being confident and being arrogant. Now, arrogance is probably the most unattractive, off-putting character trait that a person can have. Now, did you know that an arrogant person is actually very, very insecure because they have to kind of advertise how great they are to just feed their egos and feel better about themselves. But confidence doesn't need to advertise itself because real confidence speaks for itself because it is always combined with humility. Why? Because while arrogance is always busy trying to prove itself better and more important than others, confidence knows it is not above anybody else or below anybody else. It knows that its fight is not with other people or with other things, but it is always seeking to improve itself. So it's important to know that confidence is not like, oh, everybody's gonna like me. No, 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 no. That is arrogance. Confidence, on the other hand, is a knowing that I'll be fine if nobody likes me because I know who I am and what I stand for. You know, that's why I hate these videos out there with these titles that say how to be cooler than other guys or cooler than your friend or better looking than other people. That mindset is already wrong because the fight is never with other people but always with yourself. You are your own worst enemy. Your focus should always be on how to improve yourself in mind, body, and in spirit, and not to be better than other people. It's about improving yourself to be the best you and to be better than yesterday. Now, if you struggle with low self-esteem, low self-confidence, let me know in the comment section down below, and maybe I'll make a video and explain to you how you can improve your self-confidence the right way. Now, let's sum this all up. Okay, what is the difference between confidence and arrogance? The difference is humility. And if you don't have any, and if you're full of pride, then remember this: a proud man is always looking down on other things and other people. And of course, as long as you're looking down, you can never see anything above you. Now remember, showing that you are humble while you are confident is not a weakness, but arrogance is a huge weakness. A confident and humble man or woman is not weak at all. But arrogance is a huge weakness, and it is disguised as a strength. Because while confidence lets you believe that you can overcome your weaknesses, with arrogance, you can't even see your own weaknesses, while everybody else can. Now that's very deep, so take some time, let it sink in.
Which is so true, which is so true. Quint, I agree with you, my guy. You know, Kanye West is a talented man. No one could take that away from him. No one could take that away from him, right? But this is more like how you move, right? What do you do? Because no one, Kanye West, as talented as he is, someone gave him an opportunity. Someone gave him a chance. Someone built him up. And he continued his career as is. So, as I totally agree, you cannot take away who Kanye West is, what he does, or how he, the things that he did to build himself up in. it's a line where you gotta understand where it could be distasteful to make people not want to work with you anymore, right? So as you start to see, as it starts to go, he is starting to lose endorsements. People don't want to work with him. Like, that's fine if you're already made yourself a billionaire, and then now you're at a point where you're like, yo, I don't really need to work with y'all no more. I'm gonna just talk my shit, and then y'all gonna deal with it. Cool. He's at billionaire status. He could come out with whatever and somebody's gonna buy it. But the average Joe is not gonna like have the level of success if they lead with arrogance, cockiness, their ego, if they are trying to get to his level, right? So it's about that confidence, right? So with me, truly believe we need to like kind of understand those lines of not blurring that. Men need to build themselves up in confidence. And that takes other men. For the young men, that takes other men to work with you, to talk to you, to believe in you, for you to get there. And even in our industry, I truly try to help the young men move up in the game. Not just, oh, you black, so I'm trying to help you move up. It could be a white man, a Spanish man, whatever color you are. I'm trying to encourage you to move up as a man. And that's what I believe we lack. Because another thing that I think that a lot of us have is that crab in the barrel mentality, where once we get to where we gotta go, the hell with everybody else. I'm not trying to help you get to where you need to be. That's something that I believe we go through in our community specifically. Listen, when I was a tech, right, and I was working my way up as a technician, believe it or not, it was a white man that took me under the wing and said, listen, this is how you do it. You want to learn how to interview the right way? He sat with me on the phone 3 nights a week and conducted mock interviews with me so I could learn how to talk. And I'm not in the interview saying, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, you know how he took me under his wing so that way I could not talk like that no more, because that's how I talk to him. So he was on his like, yo, Mingo, I'm sorry, but you sound dumb. You sound dumb. You sound like you have no education, and I know you do. So the fact that you're picking up this New York style of talking at every interview that you go to, this is why you're not getting the job. This is why you're failing at life. And yo, when I tell you, man, that was an eye opener for me. That woke me all the way up, because I thought everything that I was doing was right. And then he was like, nah, it's not. We need more men like that. I don't believe in running out there and, taking women's kids and being stepdaddy to everybody. I'm not telling you to do that. What I'm telling you to do is to go find a young man and coach him. You don't got to be stepdaddy. Go find a young man and coach him. Show him what it is to be a man, because not a lot of us are out there doing that. We're winning. The 56% of men are winning and not teaching enough. Not saying there's none, but we're not doing it enough. I saw something of it like a few months back. Somebody had a shotgun. Pardon my French, YouTube. Somebody had a pistol, right? And they was in someone's backyard, and he's scoping, he's scheming like he's trying to get into the house. The owner came outside with a shotgun, put it in the kid's face, and was like, yo, what you doing over here? So the kid is like, I just want to leave. I want to leave. So they're both sitting there pointing their weapons at each other. The brother said, you know what? You need a job. You need to build yourself up. While he's pointing his shotgun at him, he's saying, yo, you need to build yourself up. He invited the young man that was going to break into his house inside to sit down and try to coach him on how to build himself up and get a job. How much men are doing that today? I'm not telling you to go out there and do some dumb shit like that. Like, I'm not gonna ever do that myself. Ain't no way somebody gonna come to my backyard with a pistol and I'm gonna be like, yo, come inside. Hell no. But it shows you that what these young men need. They just need guidance, man. And with more guidance will cause less crime. With more guidance, we'll start to see less of this baby mama culture because men will start being very particular on where they plant their seeds at because of the guidance of other men. I'm done with holding women accountable. We can't do that. Women gotta talk to other women. But what do we tell the young men, right? If that young man was willing to break into somebody's house and possibly kill, I keep forgetting I'm on YouTube. If somebody was gonna break into someone's house and possibly red rum a whole family, and that owner of that house says, you know what? I'm gonna invite you inside and I'm gonna sit down with you and have a conversation and see and show you that there's another way, there's another path. Why are we not doing that? Why are we not just talking to the natural young man that you see on the corner and possibly finding a way to inch your way into his life and build him up? I do it all the time. I do it all the time, which is why I got so much respect from the men in my community, from the men that's around me. And this is from when I was in Queens, New York, where if you know how far Rockaway, Queens is, that's like, they literally call it the sixth borough because it's so much damn crime that happens out there. It makes no sense. And I could tell you how many young men I've coached being out in Far Rockaway. Then I come out to where I'm at now, and I still, as a leader, coach young men. Why are we not doing that? I believe in building up that confidence, and this is what this channel is about. It's not, it has this way where it's like, okay, I'm talking to, we got the panels, I'm coming up with a dating show, so we got the dating show coming up. That's all good. But the whole thing of this channel is, how can we build young men up to find the proper woman, not just any woman? Because all of these women are not going to get on your program. But how do you swift through the garbage and end up seeing a diamond? Because it's hard to find a diamond in garbage. So let me not use that analogy. But how do you sift through, a sea and find a diamond in the rough, right? And you getting that woman to be on your program, because essentially you have to mold a wife into being the woman that you want her to be. It is what it is. Women are not just gonna naturally fall into, okay, I know exactly who I need to be. They can build themselves up as wives before they meet you. But then now you have to coach her into who you want her to be. That's what's important. So how do you get there? How do you coach the young men to find the proper women to build the communities with, right? If we know that women are the transmitters of culture, then you need to make sure that before you put a baby in that chick, you find the right woman to build a culture with. A woman that understands schooling, homeschooling. Before that child even gets to school or school age, she's teaching them or her how to read, how to write. That's what my wife did. She sat down with my son, and this was when he was 2, and she was reading index cards to him. She had him speaking. She would correct the Google Gaga language, the little baby stuff they do. She was correcting it when he first started forming words, telling him that's not how to say it. You say it like this. He started to pick that up at a very early age. Good, yo, when I tell you I found a wife that I know it's not gonna be as lucky and fortunate for most men to find. But when I tell you that I did, and I'm not a simp, so this is not me simping out or whatever. This is my actual freaking wife. And I found a wife that actually got on my program, what I wanted her to do, how I wanted her to raise my kids, how I wanted this to go. I said, yo, I don't want you to work. I want you at home with our family. She built herself up as an FDNY EMS technician out in New York. I said, yo, nah, I don't want you doing that. I want you to do what I want you to do. And she said, okay. And it was because it was the proper leadership and guidance of me being the man that I am. She followed it. Why are we not teaching men to do that? When I had men talk to me, I became this man. I wasn't always this man. I was in a gang. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, I was in a gang. I wanted to be down. I was just hanging out doing a bunch of dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just reckless. Trying to sleep with as much women as I can. Trying to collect bodies. I mean, I was there. And then I had other men tell me, yo, you bugging, son, because there's no future in that. Nothing's gonna come of that. So I had to learn how to be the man that I am today. And I thank God. I thank God for Chris Ruff. If you're listening, I thank God for you. I thank God for my father from when he was here, who he told me, yo, when he came back into my life, this is the type of man you need to be. I thank God for every man from when I was a younger man, Corey Rooney, who had certain talks with me. Said, yo, Mingo, this is who you need to be. I thank God for those men. And then now the men today, to when I have any type of doubt, they tell me, you tripping. Do you know the type of man you are? Do you know the type of stuff you have already built? And you know what you could build on top of that? Man, yo, I'm telling you, if we have more of that in society, we'll have more. Imagine where we'll be at, yo. Imagine us. Let me make myself bigger here. Imagine where we'll be at. If we have more men like that, if we have more men saying, yo, you could build, son. There's something that's bigger than what you're doing right now. If we have more of that, good God, yo, we'll have skyscrapers built in our names. It's a reason that I'm not the man to sit there and, oh, it's the government's fault. The man's holding us down. That's stupid. That's stupid. The man ain't never stopped you from doing nothing. You live in the freest time you could ever live in. Right now, you can sit on the internet and become a millionaire. Is the man stopping you from doing that? Who's stopping you? No one. The only person that's a roadblock in your life is your own mind. So the more you make excuses on why you're not the man you're supposed to be, the more you got to go and look in the mirror and look at yourself and say, God damn, shut the hell up. Tell yourself to shut up. Get out of your own way. When I learned how to get out of my own way, that's when I started building stuff. That's when my life truly started to change. That's when doors started to open, right? People are like looking for me now. I don't gotta look for people no more. People are like, yo, can I be a part of what you're doing? And I welcome them with open arms, so long as it's genuine. I'm gonna always welcome men with open arms, so long as you're moving in a way that is wanting to grow, wanting to learn. Let's build off the backs of each other. I could go on about this all day long, yo, all day long, all day. I see ain't nobody chiming in today, and it's completely fine. I know all of y'all are probably at work, between work. Y'all are probably with y'all. I hope y'all watching this with your sons, so that way they can learn something off of this. YouTube, my fault for the profanity, but sometimes it's necessary, right? Sometimes you gotta give that way when you're passionate about what you're talking about. And on the panels, I don't talk that much, right? On the panels, I let the panels do what it does. And I would have my times where I would chime in every once in a while, right? But that's the thing. That's the thing I found. Other races have no problem sharing the nuggets. We have to be willing to listen. Black people, get the sauce and act like you forgot the recipe. Exactly. That's so true. We're literally acting like the doors are not there, like other men are not listening and trying. It's just not enough. But with us is that we're not really trying to share that nugget. This is what I'm doing this today for. I'm trying to give y'all a freaking nugget. Get out your own way. Stop making excuses. Other races of men do not do that. Somebody told me something, right? He said, yo, he said when white people, they try to build corporations and businesses, right? They said what they do is, let's say you have the idea. So they'll connect with an attorney. The attorney would say, yo, you don't got to pay me. Don't pay me. You don't got to give me no money. I just need a percent of whatever it is you're going to build when it's built. Okay, now he has an attorney on board. Then they'll go to someone else that can help them build on that idea. That person might have the building skills or the capability to connect the dots. That person would say, don't pay me. When I get to where we need to go, we'll put it together and I need a percentage or a cut when you're there. Then they'll network with maybe an advertiser. The advertiser would say, don't pay me. When you get to where you need to go, I just need a cut. I just need a percentage. And then we're good. Next thing you know, a corporation is built. Next thing you know, everyone has share and stock within that business because they were there when it was an idea and there was no real money involved, but they used their talents, they used their skills, they used what they knew to build each other up, and they built off the backs of each other. How much does that happen in our community? The moment you talk to a mofo in our community, that Negro is instantly like, these are my prices and I'm trying to get rich off of you right now. So pay me $10,000 just because of whatever. Fine. If that's your price, that's your price. When you could have made way more if you would have sit down and truly understand and believe in an idea that made sense and invested in it. No one's saying invest money, invest your time. That's how corporations get built. And if we had more people thinking like that, man, because we have talented people in our community. We have gifted people in our community. I met a lot of talented brothers, man. Do they share those nuggets? Hell no. But nonetheless, they talented as all hell. They don't share them nuggets though. So this is why you could make $10,000 off your business today, or you could make $100 million in a lifetime. Which one would you choose? Which one would you choose? That's the question that I believe all of us need to ask ourselves, right? How far do I want to go when it comes down to building these blocks and putting it together? How far do I really want to go in that? That's what we got to ask each other, fellas, right? My homework is to everyone listening right now and everyone that's going to be on the replay. Go outside and talk to a young man. Real time. Go outside and really talk to a young man and see what cooperation you can get out of that young man by getting him to buy into what you believe in. Go outside and touch grass, fellas. Go touch a damn tree or something. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it changes your life. And especially when you start to realize like, yo, I actually help someone become the man that they are today. It changes your whole life. Why are we not doing that more? Why are we not talking to each other as young black men? Right? Everybody that's on Instagram, do me a favor, come over to YouTube. Let's have this conversation. The link is in the description. Sorry, not in the description. It's in the comments. So feel free to chime in. But yeah, so, why are we not out here having these real conversations, these tough conversations with these young men? Let's do it, man. I'm with it. I'm all about building. What's the next step? What's the next level? I'm willing to work with y'all, right? So I would say, if I don't know you personally, you can always hit me up on my DMs on Instagram. It's in the description. And I will respond on however I can help you. I understand we all trying to figure something out, man. Like all of us are out here trying to build ourselves up with confidence, right? How do we do that? Well, it takes a man like me to help build you. It takes a man like Chill to help build you. It takes a man like Rasheem to help build you. It takes a man, you know what I'm saying, like Fresh to help build you. So that's why we're here. We're here. We're talking to men. I'm not talking to the women today. I'm talking to the men. Right? Let's build each other up as men. That's where I'm at with this, man. I'm truly, truly passionate about this. This is what I do. And I wanted to kind of bring this channel back to this, right? Where I'm actually talking to men, right? It's getting misconstrued that I allow women into the conversation, that I'm some type of freaking simp. It's the weirdest thing ever. You dudes are freaking weird. Anytime y'all comment under my reaction videos with some bullshit, y'all are weird. Listen, all I'm doing is trying to help move the needle. But y'all sit there and don't understand that women are a major part of our community. So how long do you have these conversations without them? Help me understand that. Y'all don't want us to talk to women. Y'all want to keep talking to men. But then you keep talking to men and the men want women. But they don't even know what women want, even though women been saying what they want for the past 40 years. And y'all still can't get them to buy in to your cooperation. Y'all don't understand that it's going to take you becoming a better version of yourself to get women to buy in to who you are. If you do not, and you still, listen, it's not saying that two people can't be happy at the bottom. You can be happy at the bottom. I'm not going to say that, you working at Wendy's and your girl working at, Marshall's selling clothes, and y'all can't put y'all two $40,000 together to make 80 and live at your means and live a comfortable lifestyle. I'm not saying you can't do that, right? But the problem is that most of y'all want these baddies. Well, guess what? They want something too. So unless you're willing to say, yo, I'll go down for cooperation, then those women want something too. What are you offering them? You cannot offer them a McDonald's job. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I don't care what you say. They don't have to deal with you just like you don't got to deal with them. So why are we not trying to be more than a server behind the counter? Why are we not trying to do more in life than that? We're literally like feeling like, because we had, a big movement with this manosphere and the shift with that women should just deal with you as you are. It's no different than when a woman telling you, take me as I am. That old Mary J. Blige song. What's the difference? What's the difference? I'm waiting. Somebody put it in the comments. Tell me what's the difference. Nothing. Y'all essentially are saying the same damn thing. You're telling women to take you as you are, but you have nothing. And then you want to tell her she needs to be, she needs to be this type of woman to you. And then you wonder why you can't get her cooperation. I'm not saying women shouldn't naturally be submissive. They should be. But what are we living in? We are living in reality. This is why I say go touch grass, because women are not like that innately. Innately, they're not submissive. Today's woman. We're not talking about our great-great-grandmothers. We're not talking about the grandmothers in the 1800s. We're talking about women in 2024. They are not born and taught to be submissive to your ass. So you got to go out there and do something more than what you're doing right now in order to get that from her. I'm sorry, fellas. This is a hard truth. This is the biggest pill that y'all got to swallow. I don't know if the color of the pill is red or not, but I know you got to swallow that shit, because if you're not living in reality, you're going to constantly be disappointed with every woman that you deal with. You got to go out there and become something. A woman will lay up under you for a little bit if she feels like you're the best option she could get. I'm just being 100% with you. I'm being 100% with you. I'm not saying there's no good woman out there that's going to always be this way with you. I'm not saying that. There's some good women out there that's willing to go through it with you. But if she doesn't see confidence in you, let's believe she is out the door. That could only last for so long. Beans had a good question. I believe that he asked the women on the panel the other day. Where he asked women, he said, how long would you be a provider spouse? And real talk, it was a tough question for the ladies on the panel to answer. But when the question actually got answered, it was literally, I won't do it forever, but I would do it. So like I said, fellas, the answer is there. It's not gonna happen forever. So if you know that it's not gonna happen forever, that means you gotta have a plan, son. You gotta have a plan. You gotta know what you're doing in this lifetime and really, truly figure that shit out. If you're not out here figuring out the plan of where you're gonna be in the next 2 years, 3 years from now, then yeah, you might have a wife that's a provider spouse for now. The likelihood, and I'm talking about the likelihood, I'm looking at 90% of the times, she's out the door. Ain't no woman gonna sit there with a man with no ambition. Ain't no woman gonna sit around with a man with absolutely no plan. Tell me how long that shit's gonna last. Tell me in the comments. I wanna know. If you found a woman that's gonna sit around you and listen to you till, you ain't gotta work, you sit at home all day, you just got her submission, and that's it. She's just chilling. Tell me this way I could guide other men to find women like her. Until that, I truly understand that my wife is with me, not because she's a gold digger, but my wife was with me because she saw ambition and drive. But don't think I'm stupid to not know that if I was sitting on the couch and I was a couch potato all day long playing video games, she wouldn't be here. She would not be here. I'm not dumb to that. I completely understand the game. There's nothing wrong with her leaving me if I was that guy. Just like me sitting with her, where if she chose to gain become 400 pounds, and I'm not attracted to her, I'm not sleeping with her, all that craziness, would she expect me to stay? Would it be realistic for me to stay? This is transactional. And once we truly understand that relationships are transactional in every form of your life, you'll stop making excuses for being a bum. And you'll just get off your ass and do something. How hard is it, man? Get up, go outside, talk to other men. This is real time. Look at the divorce stats. Go talk to the men that got divorces. Go talk to those men. Ask them, did you leave your wife or did she leave you? If they say she left me, ask why. Ask the question why. And listen to their answers. A lot of it will have to do with, she felt like I was complacent, some financial issues, something that I wasn't on top of. Men know how to take accountability for the most part. So when a man tells you, yo, the divorce happened, you don't really I never ever hear them say, oh, it was all her fault. Unless she cheated. It's always, oh, I wasn't on top of my game. I could have been doing better. I wasn't building myself up. Go talk to men real time, and you'll see, yo, this is not some, I'm telling no lies right now. Nothing I'm telling you is a lie. Everything that I'm telling you is true. So if you go and talk to those men, they'll let you know, I wasn't on top of my game, so she left. So there's no such thing as a provider female spouse. There's provider male spouses, and that's it. Women would do it for a certain time. A man would do it for a lifetime. And that's just how we're designed. So if you're not on top of your game and she leaves, kid, could you be mad at her? Could you be mad at her? If she got to get up and go to work every day and you not, or you in and out of jobs, the most hired, most fired. Why are you getting fired from your job so often, kid? What are you doing wrong? Look within. Look within. Most of these jobs will hold you if you're a great employee. You're an asset. Why are you not working 2 or 3 jobs? Why are you not doing everything under your power to maximize the finances coming inside your household? Why are you not? And truly ask yourself that. Not everybody's going to be fortunate. And like I said in the beginning of the stream, I am not talking to all men. I'm not. Because I know there's some men that they're just looking at me like I'm fucking crazy right now. I completely understand that. I completely understand that not every man is going to want to live up to his fullest potential. And I'm not even going to ask you why. Do you live that life of however you're happy at living it? I'm only talking to the men that are like, yo, Mingo, how do I get to where you are? And past you. How do I get past you? How do I become a better version of you? Let's talk about that. Hit my inbox. Let's talk about that. How do I become just like you or even better? Those are the conversations, those are the men that I really want to talk to. So anyways, fellas, I am going to end this stream here. My throat is dry as hell. I need to go get some water. This has been good though. This has been good. This was a great stream. I wanted to thank my guy, Leon. I'm so chill for supporting the channel as usual. You are the channel sponsor. So, big ups to you, my guy, as always. Also, as I mentioned, I have a channel sponsor as well, Tiege Henley. Click the link in my description and you will get 30% off of your first order and 20% off lifetime. Stop washing your face with freaking body soap, fellas. Makes no sense. Then y'all wondering why your skin's so dry, why you breaking out all the time. Because y'all not taking care of yourself. Y'all not taking care of your face, your skin. The most sensitive part of your body is your facial skin. Why are you not taking care of it? Moisturize your shit. AM, PM moisturizers with Tiege Henley. Get you on top of your game. Click the link in my description and get your first order 30% off. I got another box coming in the mail right now. It'll be here today. So, as I said, it works. As y'all see, I ain't out here looking all dry and ashy. I'm actually shining off of my ring light. So, actually look, the mailman just came and dropping it off. So, let me go get my box, y'all. Y'all take care. I'll see y'all on the next one.